moving. Jesus H. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to House of the Dragon. We are now on season 2, episode 3. So in the last episode, we saw the repercussions and the fallout for what happened at the death of the young prince. And basically, to sum it all up, House Black and House Green are both in a big fat mess. Neither of them is in a good place, but we're going to be moving. And we see that Otto is no longer the hand in House Green, and that Aegon decided to put Kristen Cole in that position, which is the most foolish move possible, but I appreciate it for the sake of Team Black. And on Team Black, we see that Rhaenyra and Daemon have effectively, I don't want to say they've broken up, but we'll say that they're on pause at the moment. So yeah, like I said, both houses are kind of spinning out right now. All they know for sure is that war is absolutely going to happen at this point. So I'm ready to get into this episode. Just a little caveat though, as you can probably hear, I'm a little bit sick right now, so I may not talk as much in this episode or in this reaction just because I'm coughing a lot, but hopefully you guys can bear with me. All right, so we're going to jump in, but just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop these episodes or anything else you might be watching of mine, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you'll be in the know. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
Bellies on Blackwood grass.
The assize at River.
Fuck the assize. And fuck you.
Ooh, spicy.
It's Brackenland.
Oh.
Babe killer.
What did you say?
Ooh. And you say it when you're walking away. That's a bitch move.
Your uncle declared for Aegon. Did he?
Sad.
Aegon Targaryen is no true king.
Period.
Just as you are no true knight.
Ooh, he said that to your face.
Little God!
Ooh, damn. Oh, is it like that?
You wouldn't dare.
He's insane. I really wouldn't. He's insane. Oh, God. How did we get here? Wow. Is everybody, even the cow? What'd the cows do? All right, well, that's a mess.
Fault him for keeping his oath.
Exactly. They're still brothers. I'm glad Rhaenyra buried them together because honestly, this stupid war is what caused this issue between them.
Otto Hightower would never have allowed this.
Oh, I'm glad you know.
Hotter blood has prevailed, I think.
Yep.
The young men have taken the bit in their teeth they wish to punish, to avenge.
This is why Rhaenys should have been queen, I mean.
Or was it when the child was beheaded? Or when Aemond killed Luke? Or when Luke took Aemon's eye?
It's been brewing for a minute, is what she's saying.
There may be another way.
Please do tell us.
And no war so bloody as a war between dragons.
They only have one.
I do not care to read her message.
That was before.
She permitted it.
Did she?
As you permitted the murder of a little boy in his bed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like Alicent, but you should know she'd never go for children like that. She's not quite that craven yet.
There is nothing more to be said.
That's a very Daemon answer. Don't do that. This is the problem. Sir Horalot all up in her innards. That's the problem. Cannot wait for him to die. Yep, they really respect you, pal.
Forgive my lateness.
Important business, no doubt.
Nope, just jerking it.
To replace those we lost.
The last one needlessly, some might say.
Period. Period.
He failed because the scheme was rash.
Perhaps, Your Grace, but we cannot all hide in our castles waiting for war to come to us.
Oh, okay.
What are we going to do about it?
Yeah, come on, Hand. You got all the ideas. Come on, quickly. Quickly.
Lord Grover Tully is a flaccid old fool who couldn't control his cock and a cunning. Begging your pardon, Your Grace.
Oh, really?
Ah, the great military mind of the Citadel. Do remind me, which link in your chain denotes the art of war?
Exactly. Look at how well you guys are being in control.
Harrenhal is the key to the Riverland. I will ride out with those I can muster
Yes,
here,
please
then
go
I
to
know
Harrenhal,
when
because
I'm
great
trained.
things happen to people when they go to Harrenhal.
So like to be destroyed by the first stronghold you meet. A bold scheme indeed.
Well, the gods favour the bold.
They
Do
did not
they?
favour Sir Eric.
You're screwing him. I don't know why you're looking at him like that.
To war, then.
To war then, he says like he's a freaking idiot.
It's a brave thought, but we cannot risk your loss.
He does not care about you.
I'm as fearsome as any of them.
Sure. Sure you are, buddy. Yeah, everyone's like, we got nothing to say to that. Uh-huh. Scary. Ooh. They all have such punchable faces.
What is the life of a queen worth these days?
Your freedom.
You wish to be rewarded.
a place at your court. I know the workings of the Red Keep and the movements of those who serve there.
She is a good ally to have.
I would punish the High Towers for what they have done. To me, to those who serve.
They did burn her house down.
And only one of you has shown yourself to be merciful.
Tell that truth.
I'm sorry to put this upon you. It breaks my heart to send my boys away, not knowing when I will see them again.
What about me?
Guard them as a dragon guards her eggs.
And my sister?
I need Baela here.
Because she has a dragon?
I cannot
little
promise
bit.
to make you happy.
Your Grace.
Yeah, I think she's still feeling hella guilty. She'd been able to tame Vhagar. This would be so different, but I agree though. Take the babies away. But I guess she feels like she's being punished. Is this Daemon? He's like, hello. This is Harrenhal, right? Always looking like it's about to fall apart. And Daemon looking for a fight too. Because he knows he messed up. See how uncomfortable it'd be to be in metal armor that's wet. Looks welcoming. Why is this being shot like a horror film? I don't like it. Damn. We just had questions. Hello, everyone. Just stopping by for some tea. Those people scattered like rats.
Pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, first of her name. I swear this by the old gods.
This girl ain't kneeling.
I've survived many a battle. I do not mean to be felled by poison peas.
I'll admit that my cook's peas aren't exactly the stuff of legend, but poison?
I don't trust.
If you've not yet surmised, you are welcome here.
Am I?
My nephew, Lord Lionel, perished by fire.
Accidentally?
And his son, too. Here, in this damp place.
Exactly.
Even in summer, we struggle to light the hearths. So, no, you will find no loyalty to Larys Strong here, my prince.
Glad they know.
Forgive me,
You are still the prince, though.
What then brings you to our corner of the Riverlands?
I think you know.
Precisely why we must bring it into a state of repair.
Even if we possess the coin, my prince.
You really trying to get smacked?
That would be Lord Grover Tully, but he grows frail. It's said that he can no longer speak, nor seal his bowels.
Ew.
The throne.
It's a big chair. Made of swords.
May I present my brother, Sir Gawain Hightower? Arrived last night from Elton.
He looks like a little bitch.
Unseated as hand of the king. And by a man from such modest beginnings.
Woo! He said, you poor. I can smell it.
Sir Gawain has volunteered to accompany you into battle.
She don't trust your ass, so Sir Orlot.
We have a full complement, Your Grace.
Then you shall have a fuller one.
Yeah, she didn't ask.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen. Sister.
His face, that was great! Oh my god! He hates you. I already like him more.
Your Grace.
Can we please move past this? He's such a little whore. So eager. Pick me, pick me, pick me, choose me.
Fear of it is in itself a weapon. The Greens will make the same calculation.
Really?
Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe, while we remain here as a source
They're
of
saying,
distraction.
little lady, go away so the men's can do all the work.
It would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason.
Ooh, she said.
You are fortunate you took it no further.
She said, you think I don't recognize the fact that you're trying to tell me to go to the kitchen and take off my shoes? Okay.
That their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, Jaehaerys the Conciliator, a prudent ruler, the wisest of Targaryen kings whose reign outlasted every other.
Really, Rhaenys should be queen. I don't know what to say it. She absolutely should be.
It would displease neither Rhaenyra nor the gods. Rhaena were named heir to Driftmark.
She's very progressive like that.
Rhaena, Lord of the Tides.
Why not? Why not?
I have much to attend to.
I mean, I don't blame the guy. He's like, you're pretty much writing me off, but I get where Rhaenys is coming from. Like, you came this close to dying, bruh. She's trying to figure out what's gonna happen. Oh, Raina, I feel for you, girl. I know this sucks. Lose your mama, your daddy marries into this weird-ass family, and now they're sending you away?
And may yet find yourself glad to be out of harm's way. Do not coddle me, Baela. Grant me at least that dignity. I meant no insult.
She didn't.
These eggs are even more fragile. But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
You're being given a pretty big responsibility, Raina.
Your Grace.
Like a massive one. I know it feels like they're sending you away, girl, and they kind of are, but you're being given a huge responsibility. But I get it. It sucks to be away from basically all your family.
But I ought not to, I think. People die all the time. Especially babes.
Damn.
That horrid procession where the small folk all stared at me.
I agree, it was horrid.
Surely they lose their babes more than high-born ladies.
That's probably true, especially back then.
You have as much claim to grief as anyone.
That is true.
Helena,
I forgive you.
What?
That's right.
I said that I forgive you.
Since you feel guilty because you kept her Kingsguard all up in between your legs when he should have been protecting her kid. Yeah, she's smart.
Prevent our king from being brutally slain by our enemies and his body parts scattered to beasts and his court come to ruin. Would you not agree?
Exactly. We all know that Aegon can't do shit, people. Like, let's not lie to ourselves.
Small imposition before you depart, then, Your Grace.
He's like, get rid of your frat boys, please, since they all encourage you to do stupidness. Although I'm all for it.
His Grace was outwitted by his councillors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Criston, so the Queen Alicent may reign in his absence. Absurd, of course.
Woo, Larys is a dangerous man.
Who spreads these lies?
Matters little.
I do. I'm people. He's already planted his seed, and you just fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
My father always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. I find myself wanting for one.
Look at you, Larys. Played like a violin.
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
And it does seem wise on reflection.
Look at you, yes man. Sure. That armor looks stupid. Where is this where everyone's feeling comfortable enough to party? There's a war brewing.
A wet whistle works wonders.
Buy him a beer, he said.
There's a good deal, eh?
Yuck. What women have to put up with.
Could cost me my head. You are saying you're a Targaryen?
Although there's enough bastards, so.
I'm the son of Baela the Brave.
Bastard brother to Prince Daemon.
Uncle to the one true queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Really?
Men would take my head for it.
Your hair looks astonishingly not white.
You do not look very much like King Viserys.
I was gonna say, but...
Tell you who else doesn't have silver hair? The rightful heir to the Iron Throne, my nephew, Prince Jacaerys Velaryon.
That's true. We can't really get into the hair color too deeply. Oh, Jesus, why would you say that so loud?
All hail the king! All hail the king!
You're gonna die, bro. That's why you go open them with your fat gob when you're in places that you don't with mixed company. I didn't realize this is right here in King's Landing. You are stupid. See, he's a frat boy. What am I watching? What am I watching? Jesus H.
Sylvie or Excelsior.
Wow. What a person. Oh, well, this is awkward.
Did you fuck her like a hound?
All these children are trash. All of Alicent's kids. Sorry, not Helena. Oh God, we really didn't need to see all that. We really didn't. No, we didn't need to see all that. I'm scarred. I can't unsee that.
I assure you, my nephew will not begrudge me a night of comfort.
Nephew.
We're exposed.
What?
Cole?
Get to the trees!
Ooh. Burn them up. Burn them up, Baela! Burn every last one of them to ash. Maybe not Alicent's brother, though, because honestly, I kind of like that he hates coal. But you were supposed to just observe, sis. Although if you burn them up, I won't be mad. But you're supposed to just observe. Come on, Moon Dancer. You're not like these horses embarrass you. Just burn it all. You can smoke them out, literally. Don't land. Whatever you do, Baela, don't land. I would have burnt the whole forest, personally. But I'm petty like that.
We must move under the trees and by cover of dark starting tonight.
And no fucking inns.
Shut up.
Could you be certain it was coal from such a great height?
It was not such a great height, Your Grace. You said not to engage, so I didn't.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Loose the dragon's root coal out and burn him.
Yes. I like this plan. Anything that ends with Cole's death makes me happy, please. She's not gonna do it. Talk to Rhaenys. Rhaenys seems to be the only one with sense at this table. God, Harrenhal is miserable. You dare just try to walk into somebody's room? Or is this place actually that haunted? Something humming? Something is humming. It's a hell no. Yeah, this place is definitely Satan's actual, like, vacation home, because let's not do this.
And I have to clean up afterwards.
Wow. This is a hell of a dream. What did they put in your food, bro, or in your water? I'm actually feeling a little guilt. He should. That baby didn't deserve that. Where are we now? Who this? Who there?
You will die in this place.
Probably. Well, that was the weird girl that wouldn't kneel. Right, that's the weird girl that wouldn't kneel when he came. Yeah, this place is really like nothing good happens to people who stay in Harrenhal, man. Nothing. Place is cursed.
What do you know of the movements of Alicent Hightower?
Would you take her hostage?
Meh.
Kill her outright?
Nah.
Killing her would be easier.
Yeah, but...
It is fraught.
Speak it.
Listen, she's feeling crazy right now. We're here for crazy plans.
Or do I scale the wall and enter her window?
Whoa.
There is one place Alicent goes, where you may yet find her alone.
Yep, hiring this woman was a very smart move. Very smart. Of course! Shame! Shame! She really should be ringing that for Alicent. Sleeping with my leftovers. Sleeping with my leftovers. Sleeping with my daddy. Ooh, don't get too close to them. They're gonna be like, are you new to the coven? We don't remember you. You weren't at mass this morning. Hey, these church ladies be real nosy. We'll see what happens, because Alicent sent that letter before Jaehaerys. We'll see if she still is open or if she's gonna be a little bitch. Yeah, he doesn't like this plan, and neither do I, bro. Sup? That would have been me. Punch to the temple. But I'm petty.
Your knights would find me. I would be taken or slain. But not before I killed you.
And then what?
We both dead. What more is there?
So you've come to surrender then?
No.
I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son.
I repudiate that act with all my heart.
Of course you do. I'm usurping my rightful inheritance.
How about that? Y'all, this is stupid. So stupid. All of it. Alicent, your greed got you here.
Have you now stooped so low that you will countenance the suffering and death of thousands in order that your feckless son...
Your father changed his mind.
He did not.
And yet you will maintain that his mind was changed in an instant.
Well,
yeah, she's useless.
You lie.
And you know you do.
I swear this to you on the memory of my mother.
Her words mean nothing. She's screwing her Sir Whore a lot.
I pronounce before all gathered in that room that you would make a fine queen. Do you think me capable of such naked deceit?
Yes, absolutely. I do.
What did he say at the end?
Yeah, give me it word for word. Let me see if it sounds like my dad.
But he spoke Ekon's name.
He did not.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
No.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but...
No.
My father used those words. He spoke to you of the Song of Ice and Fire.
No, exactly. That's how you know.
Story he once told.
Don't tell her that! Rhaenyra!
Put egg on the conqueror. The conqueror.
Caught. Caught in 4K, bitch.
There's been a mistake. There's been no mistake. Please. And even victory may be so bloody as to be counted a loss. Do not let your pride blind you. There's been no mistake. God is on the march, Aemon. You know what Aemon is?
A demon. Your demon seed. It's the way this woman speaks of her children like they're not even hers. Look, at least she's letting you go. Just go. She knows. Now even Alicent knows. Now she knows that her dad absolutely, because I think it's always been a question for Rhaenyra if maybe, just maybe, Alicent was telling the truth and now she knows. Well, that was quite the episode. Definitely more about moving pieces on the chessboard than we had really action, which is okay. Honestly, the first 2 episodes were more than enough. But yeah, I think that Rhaenyra is in a very interesting place here. I do like that she is trying to be more shrewd, that she's really trying to be, a smart ruler. Like I feel like this season so far is showing so clearly how much better of a fit Rhaenyra would be for the crown versus Aegon or Aemond or anyone on Team Green. I mean, maybe Otto. I'll give Otto that. Like, he is a political strategist, so he wouldn't be terrible on the throne. But as far as the children of Viserys, Rhaenyra is by far the best candidate to be on the throne. And we see that I really like that she's taking in Rhaenys's counsel, because yeah, she's definitely fighting a little bit more of her fiery side and wanting to just get pure revenge and kind of lash out, versus knowing that this is not the right thing to do, to pull the entire realm into war. You know, that beginning scene between the Blackwoods and what was the other one? Anyways, between those 2 factions, like how all those people just died over a war that hasn't technically kicked off yet is crazy. And it's just a taste of how bad things are going to get as this war continues, right? And of course, watching the Game of Thrones show, we know what happens when the whole realm is in unrest. So it's really not going to be an easy road. And I like that Rhaenyra is really trying her best not to just do all out like intimidation the way that her ancestors would have. Because we see that all the men at the table are like, little girl, you don't know what you're talking about. Just take your dragons, burn everything up, you know, anyone who opposes you. But she's like, I don't want to win these people over through fear, right? That doesn't last in the long term. And again, going to Game of Thrones, we know that that's eventually what ends up pushing the Targaryens off the throne, is they got sick of being intimidated. So she really is trying to do the best that she can, but she is a bit ill-equipped in some ways. And it doesn't help that, you know, she has no idea what Daemon is doing, and she doesn't have as many forces on her side right now because of what Daemon did. So it is a rough place for her to be in. And I do think that the smarter move that she made this episode was sending her kids away with Rhaena. I know that Rhaena was definitely not down for it, because she feels like she's kind of being punished, but honestly, it is safer for her to be away from Westeros, and also the kids would be the next target. And yeah, she's got literally the future of dragonkind over there, right? But I did see that someone said that 3 out of those 4 dragon eggs are the ones that eventually oh gosh, why did her name slip right out of my head? I can't think of her name right now, but you know, the Queen of Dragons from Game of Thrones, she eventually finds those eggs, because people were wondering how that got over to Pentos. Now we know. So they never did hatch. But anyway, at least 3 of them out of the 4 didn't hatch. But anyway, that answers that question. But anyway, I do think it's good for Rhaena to be over there with the babies. She does have 2 dragons there too that will grow, and hopefully one of them is one that she'll eventually be able to ride. I don't know how long it takes for dragons to mature, by the way, but anyway. So that was kind of sad, but you see that she is still kind of feeling a bit guilty about the whole situation of her not being able to claim Varys for her, or what's his name? Vhagar, sorry, for herself, because yeah, there would be in a much different position if she had been able to claim that dragon. But anyway, stuff with Sir Criston Cole, don't really care much about it, but I am glad that Baela gave him a bit of a chase. She is nicer than me. I would have burnt his ass. I would have absolutely set his ass on fire. He probably would have survived, but he would have been uglier for it, and it would have made me happy. But I get it. She wasn't technically supposed to even do that much, but I'm glad that she gave him a little bit of a scare, a little bit of a run. But at least now she knows. But anyways, I'm glad she's okay. I was more worried that something might happen to her, so I'm glad that she didn't do anything and possibly risk getting hurt. So she reported back. Now they know that what's going on. But as I said, Rhaenyra's camp is still very divided. The men very much don't want, like, they don't trust Rhaenyra. It's a sad part. They still think that she's a little girl and that they should be running things because they're the men. And while they don't respect her counsel, it's going to be a problem, especially with Damon not there to kind of back it up. So anyway, we'll have to see what happens there. We might as well just dovetail into the end of the episode as far as Rhaenyra going to talk to Alicent. Her timing was off with this one, really, because remember that letter did come out before the young prince died. So there is unfortunately some more resentment in Alicent's heart at this point. Although I understand where Alicent was coming from. She's like, too many things are in motion now. Aegon's like on the warpath. There isn't much that she can do. And it's true. Aegon's not listening to her right now. And now, of course, Sir Horalot is all high on himself because he's, in Aegon's ear. So she really can't do much to like change much of the course of things. But also I just think that it's Alicent, right? She just wants to be right. At this point, she's just invested herself so much into this false journey she's on that her pride won't let her go back. And that's exactly, Rhaenyra was 100% right when she said it's your pride that is keeping this going. But I do believe Alicent as well in that it's kind of hard to stop these balls from rolling at this point, unless she can somehow get back or get through to Aegon, which I'm not sure how she can do that because she's never had control over that kid. But yeah, hearing Rhaenyra basically, pleading with her, that was really sad to see. Still trying to find her friend in there somewhere. It's just the whole story of those two girls is honestly super sad from the outset. But in the end, Rhaenyra's got to do what she's got to do. And deep down, I know Alicent knows that boy, none of her children are right for the throne. She knows that. In fact, like I said in the episode, the way she said, oh, Aegon's already done this and Aemond, well, you know what he is. Like, that's your son, ma'am. That's supposed to be your child. And you're talking about him like he's some demon spawn. You have no idea where he came from. Like, that is your child. You raised him to be like this. And now you're trying to absolve yourself. Like, she's literally the worst mother in the world, honestly. And I get it. Like, we know the story from season 1. She didn't ask for this. She didn't want to become this old deteriorating man's wife. She did not ask to pop out his big-headed babies, but you did. And you could have made the best of that situation. And instead, you just basically took it out on your kids. And now they're all clearly dysfunctional. And it's your fault. And you're sitting there like, oh, yeah, Aemon, I don't know what's up with that. Aegon, ugh, I don't know. Like, ma'am, you made them like this. Like, this is you. But anyway, so yeah, we'll have to see how that whole thing turns out. I'm glad that she let Rhaenyra go. I thought she might be a little bit petty, but it looks like there is still some small thread of love still between those two as besties as they were back in the day. And also they both don't want to have war. Like, they don't want this, but Alicent's too proud to ever just, admit that Rhaenyra should be on the throne. Daemon, not much to say about him. The Harrenhal thing was just kind of weird. That place is so creepy. Like, it definitely is cursed. You can never convince me otherwise. Almost everyone who's gone there has died horribly somehow. So, yeah, it's probably not good that he's there. He's starting to have some guilty consciences about what happened with little Prince Jaehaerys and things like that, which he should, honestly, because, that little kid did not deserve all that. But the flashback to Rhaenyra as a kid is weird. Like, where did that come from? But anyway, we'll see what happens because we know that Cole is on his way there. He doesn't have a dragon yet, but I wouldn't mind a battle between Cole and Daemon though, because Daemon definitely wants to kill him too. So yeah, I would be down for that. Anything where Kristen Cole is in a lot of pain and possibly dies makes me happy. So yeah, there was not much to say there, as I said. So that's that with Daemon. Is that pretty much it? There really wasn't a lot in this episode. As I said, a lot more around the strategy and just the status of things. We had a little bit between Corlys and Rhaenys talking about the heir of their family because they're like, all we have is Joffrey at this point because, Joffrey's supposed to be their grandson. But they're saying other than that, it's Rhaena. And like, I love that once again, Rhaenys is trying to break this mold of only men can be heirs. And she's like, I think you should make it Rhaena. Like, I have no doubt that Rhaenyra would stand behind that. And he's like, oh, she knows nothing of the sea, blah, blah, blah. It's like, sir, then teach her. Like, hello? Like, there's time to teach her. You're acting like this is impossible. But anyway, he's saying that, he's going to wait and see what happens because I guess he's still counting on having a male heir. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm thinking that this is probably going to tie into Alan that we saw a couple episodes ago, potentially being someone to be the Valyrian heir, because someone needs to take up the slack now that Luke is gone. So yeah, it was, like I said, much more of a strategy episode for sure. No one's really the better for anything. Oh, actually, I think we should probably touch lightly on the moment with Aegon and his brother in the Household Pleasures, shall we say. We see that Aegon was also like convinced by Larys to stay at the palace rather than going out to meet Kristen Cole. Larys plays that family like a violin. Like, it's actually crazy how good he is at manipulating those fools. And it scares me. It scares me because like he's the one I worry about going up against Rhaenyra. I'm not worried about any of the Greens, but I am worried about Larys. But anyhow, we see that Aegon then goes and decides to act like the frat boy he is, and he stumbles upon his brother. And we see that he goes right back to bullying his brother like he always has, but you know, right back to when they were kids, mocking him because apparently this woman is the first person that Aemon never laid with, and he just goes back to her and her alone. And he's basically trying to mock him for that, for not being, it's a flex because he doesn't want to just sling his piece around to every girl in there. Like that's probably actually very healthy for those times actually. But obviously we know that Aegon is just, as I said, just a disgusting narcissistic frat boy. So he just took the opportunity to embarrass his brother in that moment in front of all the Kingsguard. And we see that, you know, he's saying, oh, is there something so special about this girl? And a lot of people were speculating that this woman is like a maternal replacement for Aemon because he didn't really have that love from his mom. And that's probably very true. Like all those kids are messed up, but who knows? I just think that Aemon doesn't really want, like he just doesn't roll like his brother does. And I don't think he's like in love with that prostitute either. It's just, she gave him what he needed, right? And so anyways, we see that he stalked off fully naked, which I did not need to see. And he said, you can do what you want with her, but I have a feeling that that's not gonna end well for her at all, which is sad. I hope she doesn't pay the price for all of that. But anyways, more insight into why Aemon is such a jerk, right? Like his family sucks and they're continuing to bully him to this day. So here we are. And then also just talking on Alicent's kid, there was a cute moment there with Helena when, you know, we see Alicent hovering around her like a weirdo and, you know, finally, you know, and of course, Helena's saying what she's saying, but I love that moment where she looked at her and she's like, I forgive you, Mom. And she's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I forgive you. Like, girl, you think your daughter's dumb. She knows. She knows what you did. You were too busy having that man all up in your cheeks when he should have been checking on your grandson. Your grandson would still be alive if he wasn't so busy trying to keep you and your little kitty purring. So yeah, she does forgive you. She knows that you're only hovering around her because you're guilty. You don't give a damn about that girl. You don't give a damn about any of your kids. You're only there trying to appease your conscience as usual because you're a terrible mother, Alicent. You're a terrible mother. And that just shows you, like, I love that this show always shows the parallels between Rhaenyra and Alicent as far as being parents. Now, in fairness, I will say, like I said, Alicent never asked for her motherhood journey the way that it turned out. And we know that Rhaenyra at least got to choose who she married and she chose who she bore children with. But still, like, Rhaenyra's always been a loving, kind mother. She's always looking out for her kids, looking out for ways to protect them. Whereas Alicent is like, it's beyond me. If I can't control them, it's beyond me. Whatever. Like, I don't care about what they need. It's all about me. So yeah, they're so different. They're so different in so many ways. And it's sad because, you know, things could have been so different if Viserys had been more of a man and just had more of a backbone, but here we are. So there might have been more to this episode, but I am going to cut this commentary a bit short. As you can hear, I'm quite sick. I'm barely able to get through this, but it was a good episode. A little bit fillery to me, but still good. And I am looking forward to the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.